Hops incredible. Here comes Maybin off the steal.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marques Maybin.
So no potty words.
About midway
Limited potty words.
with Marques Maybin. And you can call in. I lay back and just listen to Marques Maybin. So sit back and relax and watch Maybin.
Break it down like this.
Woo!
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Time for Middays with Marques Maybin on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marques Maybin and Steve Rummage.
Ooh, welcome back. Welcome back. It's Middays with Marques Maybin. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. And there is a man who came in bearing gifts today. So that's a great way to start your show. Steve Rummage in the building, Nikki in the booth, and he blew it already.
He did not.
He did not.
He's ready. Nick is ready, and I'm glad he's here, man. It's always fun when Nick's in the booth. Listen, to the point where I think we were kind of mean yesterday because we were expecting Nick. And when Brian walked in, we were like, "What are you doing here?"
So we do have one Nikki Valvano running the board with us today. Why don't you give yourself a little volume?
Yeah, there we go. Sorry, this board's different. It's the exact opposite from the 680 side. 680, anything over like 2, and you're blowing everyone's brains out.
That's fair.
Here, I feel like I'm looking at my levels. Oh, there we go. Now it's sexy.
That sounds really good.
There we go. Now it's sultry.
Okay, so let's just get this one out the way. People, you ever had a person just like come to your home just to hang out and watch the game or something, and they bring like a nice bottle of wine, or just, they just have an ambiance, like, bearing gifts, or just, just like a nice house. So Nikki Valvano comes in here today.
Okay.
And I'm going to lie about this a little bit, but he came in here and delivered some white Sony spare headphones.
Yeah.
Inside the studio. And I'm just going to assume he just said, I'm new to the show. I mean, or, it's been a while, and I'm just bringing gifts for the studio. So he has provided us with an extra set of all white Sony headphones. Thank you from the Players Club, aka 93.9 Studios. I don't know if you were aware of that.
I like that.
Were you aware that this was the Players Club?
No, but I like it.
So you don't know that it's always on 69 in the Players Club?
I do not know that, but that's why it's so nice over here.
Yep.
I like the temperature. Usually over there, it's like somewhere between balmy and Arctic. So yeah, this is nice. This is real nice.
So we keep it the same temperature so we know how it's going to feel in here during this show.
We keep it like this thanks to DFH Company and their Mitsubishi mini split keeps us at the perfect temperature in here.
It's amazing.
You're waiting for me to drop the temperature control, but I won't
do it.
We'll
hear about that at the 11 o'clock hour like everybody knows.
Okay.
We'll give you temperature and gambling. Everybody knows the drill.
Back to back, and our deliveries are a little off. I may have told you the wrong thing to ask to get today, but we'll check in with Phil Baker what today's delivery is. Check your email, Steve. I think I didn't check mine. Okay. Steve, we have had spirited conversation that is not organized this morning.
Ooh.
You have been breaking down.
No, we were right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have been breaking down to me some long-standing battles, the kind of the good versus evil, Adam versus Eve, guard versus big man conversation.
Sure. I'm not sure Adam and Eve were really ever at odds.
I think, the snake was kind of the bad guy in that story. I think they were very
much
fond of one another.
You don't think he said, "I told you, girl"?
No, he probably did, but
from that point on,
I was just saying, like,
you don't think they were at odds? They started out, look, the best of friends.
Having some biblical knowledge, I feel like that there's a community that expects me to kind of say, like, if you were like, David and Goliath, Adam and Eve, like some of the greatest battles of all time, it was like, well, they were kind of like,
it turned into a battle.
But Steve. No, I think you're actually selling me.
Right.
On that.
Did that actually start the biggest rivalry ever between men and women?
Yes. I told you. Everybody told you. Stay out the garden.
Wait a minute. Can you hear us?
Yeah. I see what you did there. Steve. You can't do that because I'm nervous about this new board. I'm always afraid that
No, I'm like, wait a minute.
He heard the conversation.
He was talking back so quick. I was like, you can hear us? I didn't.
we thought the glass was soundproof. we thought we were talking through the jail cell glass. Just pick up the phone. Okay, so the biggest rivalry since the beginning of time conversation. We're gonna have to have that. So, but I have to just drag y'all into an emotional discussion.
All right, let's do it.
And it's important for me to to get this off of my mental basketball plate. Okay, so here's the thing. Everyone knows pretty much the setup. The rivalries in studio, the characters in the studio. You pretty much know where everybody's coming from if you listen to this show or this station for any amount of time. Something happened to me in the earliest of early mornings. I'm usually in here. I'm in the garage and I see Cowboys, shooting by. I'm thinking he's late, so I'm laughing, getting ready to give him a hard time. And, I'm just kind of setting up shop. And I'm usually, like I said, I'm doing my lime water, getting my hot water together. And I'm telling you.
Okay, I'm listening.
There's this huge individual that resides, and he's usually probably the second or third guy in the building after I come in here. One Dan Issel. Could not wait. I mean, absolutely could not wait. Hey, Marcus, you think Kofi Coburn's going to Kentucky? Dan, I know Kofi Coburn is going to Kentucky. Steve,
thank you, Dan.
I even try. Listen, I brought it down.
Sure.
And I said, well, actually, Dan, I apologized to my Louisville fan base, about a week ago for not seeing this coming. I say, Dan, you can usually smell a rat.
Sure.
And I particularly used the term smell a rat. And I should have smelled it quicker.
Yeah.
When I saw Orlando Antigua going back to Kentucky and Chin Coleman. And I'm like, that's odd. But, maybe he is a good relationship guy, right?
Sure.
And then once the news came out that think about this.
Okay.
When the news came out that Kofi was even considering pulling his name out of the draft, there it goes.
Yeah,
we knew it.
Well, for one though, I didn't really, and I mean, I'm not knocking the kid.
Right.
His position's different, but I just thought he was surefire draft pick. So,
surefire.
And apparently he's not.
Surefire
draft. They graded him out of in the
70s. Yeah,
which I get.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
Your game, especially as a big man, is the NBA is different.
It's what kind of weapon?
I think Steve Enoch is an NBA guy, and he wasn't on the boards.
Right. Where can we? Yeah. But your team skill set,
sure.
NBA future projection specific. Okay.
Yeah.
So I try to keep it calm, and I say, Dan, I've come to grips with this. Yes. I almost want to do one of those passive aggressive. Yeah, Dan, congratulations. You're getting a great player. Just passive aggressive to sarcasm to
yes,
right
yes.
Under my breath. But you gotta watch your mouth. As Nikki found out yesterday, I just happened to see you get checked yesterday. What happened to you, Nikki?
Well, it's not often you get to. I mean, I've got a weird bucket list, and one of them was to mother truck a Hall of Famer. And so they were Issel and Pratt, the luminaries, were kind of taking a little while to get out of the studio. And so I had to go in there. I had to stand up for my guys, Mike Gandolfo and Louis Rabeau, the horse racing happy hour, filling in for Pops yesterday.
Yeah. Fair enough.
They're, they're the new kids.
Yep.
They don't want to, tell the seniors to get up from the table.
Right.
So I went in there and gave him.
You put on your cape, basically.
Oh yeah, I gave him a tug, and I went in there and I gave him what for, and
and what to do with it.
Yeah, Mr. Issel, kind of towered over me, and I got a little scared.
Are you? Yeah. Are you not a Hall of Famer?
Not yet.
Okay, not yet.
However,
I'm listening.
I did.
This is good.
Yesterday.
Okay.
Made my first official vote as a member of the Kentucky Athletic Hall of Fame committee.
Okay. That's big.
So
actually.
I did.
Who'd you vote for?
I'm not telling. I'm not
Okay.
at liberty to discuss. We had to
Okay.
take a blood oath
Okay, fair
to
enough.
join
fair
it. I had to pass. I told you I had to pass a lie detector test.
enough. Okay.
And they asked me.
Piss test?
No, they didn't do that.
Okay.
But they wanted to make sure.
Only you. You're like,
They wanted to make sure I could be non-biased when you put Kentucky luminaries up against Louisville luminaries.
So this is why we got in radio.
This is exactly why we got in radio.
We're taking this infrastructure down, baby.
Listen,
Right?
listen, and I got all of the dirt too.
Oh yeah.
I got so much dirt
We're taking it down.
that I felt dirty even knowing the dirt. Like
We're burning this thing to
listen,
the ground, man.
they were telling me, or we'll improve it, one or the other.
Okay. Tomato.
Can you spill some of this tea?
But I did.
Yeah.
No, having it
Pour a little
is
bit
more.
out
Listen,
for us.
having the tea is more important than spilling it
Okay.
That's
right
true.
now.
Okay. Okay. I like it.
But they just explained to me, kind of some challenges they may have faced in the past, some discrepancies that may have, some challenges, in the voting process, Steve.
How about that?
And I was just,
Like, wow, that happens?
yes, Steve.
Oh my heavens.
Yes, they let me behind the curtain.
It's like
so,
when you hear about the KHSAA votes and then you're like, no.
Yeah, clutch the pearls.
I mean, there was some things that were maybe not fair to the kids in the city.
I'm shocked, but no. So I did. Yeah. Within the last couple of days, I did give my first official Kentucky Athletic Hall of Fame voting ballot
Okay.
as a voter. So yeah. But
Congrats.
to your point, though, this is why we got in the radio.
This is man.
why.
That's pretty strong, actually.
So I did have to answer your question. No, I'm not a Hall of Famer yet.
Okay, fair enough. Which actually, Bullet Central made me so mad that they hadn't put me in their Hall of Fame yet. I moved to Prospect. And I'm gonna send my kid to Christian Academy.
I'm a restart the whole generational bloodline.
I'm like, yeah, y'all take that.
You lost a good one here.
Yeah. You could have had me.
Okay. Yep. You could have had me for future.
Even though I will say, man, what I do love, I'm gonna say this, and somebody may be able to check me on this. I don't know. What I do love about Prospect in that area, you don't see many UK things.
That's going to be a conversation we're gonna have to dive into.
I'm gonna have to ask Drew about that because Drew may tell me no, there's a sleeper cell out there.
I'm shocked by that.
I was kind of too.
BBN is like Cobra, against GI Joe. They're everywhere,
right?
man.
See, and don't get me wrong. There's still there's a golf cart, like in Norton Commons in particular. There's a golf cart that has a Kentucky plate. It's kind of Kentucky, and I've saw one Kentucky license plate. But I mean, it is Louisville on the houses. There's Louisville stuff. I'm like, there
are some stigmas that we're going to have to discuss.
I know,
Steve.
I know. I want to have that conversation.
Yeah, there may be a theoretical element. So speaking of Kentucky, I got to deal with the smirky, snarky, passive aggressive Dan Issel.
Well, Mike Pratt asked me, he said, when I walked in there, he said, when are you going to get a Dante Allen jersey? I said, well, probably when y'all piss him away this year and he comes to Louisville.
Which is more conversation there.
Which he didn't disagree with.
Which is more conversation there. So, Steve, after that conversation, let's just say I felt like I had to gracefully bow out of that conversation. Okay?
Okay.
But when you bow out of that conversation, but it fueled your fury and fueled your fire, right? Because I didn't like the next thought that I had. The very next thought that I had is going to lead us to a top 5 list that you're going to have to give me. We're going to make it on the fly. And this is not going to be my top 12 summer radio type of list. We're going to have to try to figure out something together. 8150-939 is the number. 3831-939 is the text line. I need help figuring this out immediately. I left that conversation with Dan Issel and I said, you know what? on my way back to the studio, I say, you know what? It's gonna be so sweet when I watch somebody just punch on Kofi Coburn. It's gonna be the Russ Smith, Julius Randle moment where you feel guilty. Where I remember one time I think we had Alvin Sims on, right?
Right.
And you remember like there was an awkward pride about Alvin Sims saying, I had about 5 dunks against Kentucky, even though we lost, but
yeah.
There,
I still punched all over.
yeah. There was an awkwardness. I didn't know whether to say, but of course the wins are more important,
Right.
or say, yeah, I know that feeling.
Well, the fan could say that, but people don't realize like the players on the court, things that matter.
Yeah, right. So Alvin Sims gave us kind of one of the most honest, like, yeah, we might have lost that game, but I dropped 30 on them and 6 dunks, and
Right.
wasn't my fault.
Fair enough.
So he did that, right? So I was thinking, I remember Russ kind of gave me that feeling that time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like, I'm so glad that Russ punched that ball on Julius Randle, just the way they've been running their mouth. Like, I just enjoyed it. So I was just thinking, I can't wait for one of our Louisville guys to just punch one, just camera flex, punch one. And then, Steve, it was almost like, you know what I felt like? I felt like the truck going under the 3rd Street Bridge.
Okay. Oh no.
That's how I got stopped in my tracks. I was cruising along and I was just thinking, and I was just concentrating on the road. What the hell?
Yeah.
What just stopped me? Oh no. Who is willing to dunk on Kofi Coburn on this team?
Ooh. That is
I need 5 guys on this Louisville team that you will say. Now there's going to have to be a couple of caveats. I'm not going to count this one. I'm not going to, if you catch it on the rim, if Kofi's boxing out somebody and he's kind of late to the jump and I already got a jump and we're not going to count a cheap over the back tip dunk.
Okay.
So those are off the board, right?
Yeah.
Who is going to catch Kofi rotating and say, you know what? Today's your day, big fella.
Okay.
You're going to get this work.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have 5 guys on the team that's willing to do it?
I don't know if we have 5.
We need 5.
I'll give you a couple though.
We need 5 and we got to rank them.
And this is what I hate. Okay, well, I'll give you a couple. L. Ellis.
Let's welcome Nikki. Nikki, you give us the first one.
Welcome, Nick.
Well, that was going to be mine.
I bet it was.
No.
L. Ellis, exactly what you were going to say.
Okay, I'm with you right now because, I know you saw this. Did you see Sam Bassini's write-up on Kofi?
Yes.
I mean,
actually, you retweeted it.
I saw it. Yeah. It was, I thought it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And I one of the things he mentioned, though, was that he's not necessarily slow, but he's not exactly fleet of foot.
No, we watched
lateral.
Loyola Chicago and a bunch of white dudes bring him out to the 3-point line and just beat the crap out of him.
Timeout.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Timeout.
We're calling a timeout.
Nearly elite size is center position, 7 foot with a 7'4" wingspan, enormous, powerful frame, 285 pounds. Wouldn't call him a plotter, not exactly fleet of foot. Runs the floor well, can leap for his size, especially out of the pick and roll. Hard to overemphasize how elite Coburn is as an above the rim finisher. Only 4 players in the country scored more points at the rim this season out of non-post up, and Coburn's 78.6% field goal percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Weakness. Let me just fast forward. Weakness.
I know. Nobody cares about the strength.
Right.
We'll leave that to the Kentucky show this afternoon. Do the
shows. Have some real defensive concerns. These are weaknesses. Have some real defensive concerns. Often has to play way too far back in drop coverage because of his lack of lateral change of direction, speed, and ends up giving far too many pull-up shots. College players can't make those shots at a high enough level, but NBA players can. Will need to play multiple elite recovery point and attack defenders, the back corner ball screens. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Also think NBA guards will be better at taking advantage of the ways, blah, 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 blah. Offensive, just extremely limited to running and dunking. Doesn't have to touch outside of 4 feet. Took 17 shots outside of 9 feet in his 2 years, including just 3 in 2020-21. Struggles from the foul line. Beyond that, I also don't feel comfortable with him with the ball outside of 10 feet. Hard to run, dribble, handoffs because he's too loose with the ball. Does not see any passes. Had only 5 assists in 31 games, and this year for a staggering 1-10 assist to turnover ratio. Hands seem to get better as a sophomore, but still prone to bobbles, ball security concerns when he's on the move and trying to do multiple things once. Low field offensive player.
Okay, I like that better.
When he's rotating to help.
Yeah.
You've seen the look on some guys' faces.
Sure.
Where they just say, uh-oh. And you say some people that say, this is my opportunity to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 5 guys. Well, now I guess I need 4. Why do you think L. Ellis is the first guy that comes to mind as an opportunity?
Well, because, I mean, okay, they're talking about a fleet of foot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's not laterally, he's not great. He plays, basically prevent.
Yep.
He drops back there. So who are you going to need? You're going to need someone who's explosive or long. And that's the only guy that maybe pops to mind. That I don't know necessarily who is explosive on the team yet, if anybody right now. And I mean, he kind of seems like, we've heard that he's slick. I would say that I've heard more that L. Ellis is slick, not necessarily explosive, but he's also big. So he's my morning line favorite. And then maybe Malik. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, you just got the finger.
You take his explanation for L. Ellis.
I do, except I do think L. Ellis is explosive. I think that he is he's a guy. I mean, he's near. I think he's at 40 on his vert.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's a guy that would have the ability to be in the position you're talking about. And we're using Kofi here as a point of reference,
yes.
but we're kind of talking in general too,
yes.
like catching a big or
the conversation got started just because
Yeah.
I would like to see somebody catch Kofi just for that smirk on Mr. Dan Issel's face.
I know.
I want to remove that. I want to remove the Kentucky energy early in the game.
Fair enough.
With one of my guys.
Let the record state, though, that L. Ellis is free to punk other big men.
That goes without saying.
Yeah, please, punk as many bigs.
But
as you
no.
want.
He is the Alabama big man right now, yes?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I think that you would just expect him to be one of the top 5 big men in the country. Right?
I didn't mean player wise. Let's roll. Wait. Let's rephrase that.
Okay.
By the Alabama of big men, I'm saying if you gave a list of what dude would Steve Rummage like to dunk on the most in college basketball?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I meant.
Oh, sure.
He has to be 1, 2, or 3.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Who would you like to dunk on the most in college basketball, Steve? Kofi? Would you like to dunk on Hunter Dickinson?
Yeah. I think so.
Would he be in the top 5?
Hunter Dickinson's the best big man in college basketball.
Right, and he's on his way back.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Chet Holmgren? Not really.
He's
so skinny.
He's kind
like
of Durant, though. He's
right.
like not a big, really.
Right. Okay.
He plays out on the floor.
What about Baycoat?
Maybe because he looks kind of goofy with his hair,
right?
Yeah, like I don't know. See, that's what's so tough, and that's why I said earlier, the big is just a weird position nowadays. Because
like there's not a lot of
the
those.
Kid at LSU was Roosevelt Wheeler's best friend that Louisville recruited, Ethan Reed.
Mm-hmm.
Was a 5-star kid, and him and Roosevelt are like best friends. So it's like, he's going to start as a true freshman for LSU. Drew Timme. Dunk on Drew Timme.
Would he go on your list?
Okay.
What are we learning?
Okay.
The big men are the people you want to dunk on the most.
Sure, but as a white man, I'm struggling with Drew Timme because he's everything I should hate. Because I don't think it's I don't think it's crazy to say the white guys are the most agitating a lot of times. Like your most hated players are Eric Devendorf, Steve Wojciechowski.
Oh,
you know what I'm
God.
saying? Like you go back and you think,
Insert white Duke player
yeah,
here.
right. You know, and those or Syracuse, McNamara. You know, those guys just annoy you.
He was
The Deaners were just
all the Deaners.
annoying. You know,
Right.
And it was like so. But here's the thing. But Drew Timme has enough swag and confidence that I also feel like I have to say, well, I've got to kind of support it.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Cut him some slack.
Yeah, so like he's an odd, but I think he would be in there. So he would be in there.
Okay.
Matt Walsh was. You're like, oh god.
The guy Earl Clark caught.
Herringoat.
Yeah, he goes in your
McElharney was another one from there.
Okay,
Yeah.
are still let's leave it at the point. The
Okay.
reason I used Kofi Coburn is because if you need a NFT image card
Yeah,
that would never go away, it would be you punching on Kofi Coburn.
sure.
Just you know what it reminds me
Tyler
of?
Hansbrough. That's a good one.
That's the good one. What I'm saying is dodgeball.
Mm-hmm.
The picture of your boy in the covert wrestling the bull,
Mm-hmm.
like if
Oh,
you,
yeah.
it what's his name?
Ben Stiller, but
Yes, Steve. In reality, his name is Ben Stiller. The character
I don't
that
know.
we're applying
I
to
don't know.
is who? Nikki.
It's like Dirk something or other.
What is his name
I'm looking
in
it up. I'm
dodgeball?
looking it up.
Oh
Ben
my
Stiller,
God.
Dodgeball.
Oh, man.
No, Peter LaFleur is the good guy.
Yeah.
What's his-
White Goodman.
White Goodman.
There we go.
Right. Do you remember? Yeah.
what's the show?
He was like, it's me taking the bull by the horns,
Yeah.
metaphorically. Yeah. Okay. If you were going to have your bull by the horns metaphorical
Yeah.
picture in your mural in your place, it would be dunking over Kofi Coburn.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Right now, we only have one guy that y'all think has the.
No, I didn't say I have another.
Okay.
But I think L. Ellis would be the top of my list. Like L. Ellis is an explosive guard.
I can't go forward until I give one.
While you're pondering, is L. Ellis explosive enough at this level?
I would think so.
Okay, here's the thing. Not only do you have to have explosion, you have to have never taken a fall or injury that reshapes your brain. Ask any high jumping player. They might tell you early on in their college career, they had like uncontrollable, untamable hops. You know what I'm saying? So you get a lot of almost dunk on people and ends up bouncing off the rim because you're just worried about jumping so high that you just, you're not into the execution, So there's this window between, okay, let's be a little careful now, with that one. L. Ellis still has I got something to prove. I'll go up against anybody. That's why my number one would be Mike James.
That was going to be my next guy. Yeah.
Mike James, to me.
And of course, it was going to be Nick's next guy.
No, I tipped my hand. I said Malik. No, that's fair. Yeah.
Nick's like, oh, yeah. L. Ellis and Mike James. That was the two I had. Too.
Listen.
No, he did say Malik.
But does that make
And I'm
sense?
curious
Like,
about
I
that.
think Mike James.
I thought Mike James, that was going to be my number two.
Yeah, he's willing, just floored. And again, I know I've said this to listeners. Mike James is still he played a lot of football players on his Florida team.
Sure.
Like if you went back and watched it, Nikki, like maybe during the break, we can check it out. Florida, the kids on his team were obviously tight ends and wide receivers and defensive linemen on his basketball team. He's been fouled a lot by some big dudes. He is coming from an environment that says, I'm going to catch him. I'm going to show him something about, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to show, he still has that, I'm not scared to get it. So he is my number one. I guess I can flip with y'all with the LL's number two.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that they.
Okay, don't start running out of gas now.
Oh,
Because I need five.
Well, I'm curious to hear Nick because Nick threw out Malik because my 1 and 2 was L and Mike James.
Your number two was Malik?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Mike James, I'm kind of sold on that. Yeah,
Okay.
I was
Well,
kind of
never mind.
yeah, no, but
Okay,
I'll
why
stick
was
with
Malik? Yeah, why was Malik?
Well, I just feel like okay, what you're this is an energy.
Malik's number 13 for me, by the way. Go ahead.
Really? Okay, wow, dude, what is with you and big men this week? Dude, you have been
Yes.
yesterday with the grades. And
Yes.
you have been.
Yes.
Fix.
Who hurt you?
Yes.
Fix.
Steve, how much time do we have? Nikki, there's a reason people make fun of me to this day about
We're gonna have to get Joseph and Seema on the show, and you're gonna have to just
Yeah, like I feel like
seriously, like
this is important to you.
No,
Like you got to get this off your chest.
this is a demon that
I
mean,
do it often.
You're gonna have to like embrace him. I mean, seriously, like we're gonna have to do like where you
Steve,
just embrace him
Nikki,
and hold him,
Steve knows this, but
kiss him on the head.
okay, yesterday I had my teammate, my American teammate, who was in France with me. God help me if I would have thought about this, Steve, at the time. I would have brought it up. The American that was over in France with me came on this show because his son plays with Deontay Davis.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Incoming Deontay Davis.
Yeah.
You know, he's there in the same little AAU program. So, you know, he knows me from France. You know what I'm saying? He saw the very moment that has brought us here to this place.
So in the story of Marques Maybin, when it there's a freeze frame
Yes.
and then the background goes
Yes,
black and
it's
white,
it's
Waylon Jennings comes on
it's
there, and
listen,
things will never
no.
be the same after that.
I was thinking more of Guy Ritchie directed moment, like the
okay,
snatch
that works.
punch.
Yeah,
you know?
that works too. That works.
Okay. He was right there with me when these French guys, and again, y'all have to pardon my, mocking of the accent, but I'm doing the best I can to paint a picture.
Sure.
Mhm.
You play NCAA. It's good. It's good. It's very good. Yeah, playing the NCAA. Like I'm, kind of American, kind of, but I'm still kind of pissy that I'm even over here because like I really should be in the league. I'm wasting my time with y'all, like for real. But I'm gonna answer this question. We're getting to know each other.
All right.
We've practiced a little while, and he says, Joseph and Seema. As a matter of fact, I do. He plays on your team. He actually did. Hey! It's Joseph and Seema on his team. I was like,
Just the disrespect.
exactly. I'm listening to French basketball players. I catch words. So I don't know. Listen, you know what a word used to be?
I'm listening.
That you could interpret it without knowing what it meant, but you could interpret it.
Right.
Hearing the word bouffon. Your American brain says, that's a buffoon.
I was about to say, yeah that or pastry.
Yeah, right. And you hear this, bouffon. What you say? Right? I don't speak the language, but I'm familiar. Like, look, I don't know the ancestry of that word, but it sounds way too close to buffoon. You know what I'm saying? So you get the point.
Well,
I only know one French word, and it's not a good one. So that and croissant.
So
I was looking up his stats.
Joseph is not popping up. See, that's what I'm saying.
No, it popped up.
But here's the thing. I liked him, but y'all can't. I'm telling you, I'm going to get back to the show, but y'all can't imagine Coach saying he's really going to help, big man. We got a big dude coming in here. I'm getting ready to start my senior year. I need a dude.
Yeah.
I need a dude. And I'm telling you, when he cocked back, I saw he took one shot, Steve. He cocked back that ball left-handed, and he just,
yeah.
It was like, oh my God. I saw him shoot one shot, Steve. And I remember I turned around and just left the gym.
You were thinking it was going to be Muhammad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Like,
And I'm
okay,
just
we're
like,
bringing in like a
listen,
superstar.
I was completely judgmental. But, again, you need a dude. I know I need a dude.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I need dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well.
So, Nikki, that was an 8 to 9 minute explanation of, yes, I hate bigs and I need somebody to be able to punch on Kofi Coburn. That's our warm up. We got to finish this conversation after the commercial break. Middays with Marques Maybin on 939 The Ville.
Want to know the secret to making sure?
I think you just hate French people.
Secret shoppers, spies we hire to expertly inspect our produce department in every store. Their mission is to ensure we have the freshest bananas, lettuce, and more. Now that the secret is out, you know what else is? Tomatoes that are fresher than fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
There's nothing like Northwest Red Cherries when you're craving a sweet snack. And now they're just $1.77 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold crab, tap, can, or bottled beer, 4 pegs. And the best part about 4 pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services. Hey, Card Nation, let's be honest. The real estate market in Kentucky is booming. And whether you want to buy or sell a home, now is the perfect time to do it. With interest rates at an all-time low and programs that can get you in a home for no money down. Want to learn more? It's simple. Just call Derek A. Stewart with Dream JP Pirtle. Derek is available virtually around the clock to listen, understand, and help you with all your realtor needs. So don't waste another second. Call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868 today.
We are in the thick of summer, and with the hottest days of the year ahead, you are about to find out how strong your cooling system is. And if you find out that it's not ready for the long summer ahead, then call DFH Company today at 968-6222. Right now, when you buy a qualifying Train HVAC system, receive 18 months special financing. It's hard to stop a train, so call DFH 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
Hey Cards fans, Zach here with Great Flood Brewing Company. We are so excited to have reopened bar seating at both locations. Stop by and enjoy a Great Flood brewed beer at our Highlands tap room or sit down at our reconfigured bar in Middletown for a burger, pizza, cocktail, or beer. We're thankful to have weathered the past year with you all. We love cheering on the Cards with you and are incredibly appreciative of your continued business. Go Cards.
Focus has expanded its roster of flavors with 4 new big hitters.
Crisp apple, mixed berry, cherry cola, and root beer add to Focus's already impressive roster of flavors.
Focus has been our go-to drink for years when it's time for a pick-me-up around the office.
Focus is a naturally energizing caffeinated sparkling water, so it's free of any of the bad stuff you find in sodas and energy drinks.
Go to drinkfocus.com to find the full lineup of flavors and get them delivered right to your door.
Focus, PHOCUS. Try it today.
Here's what you missed on The Drive with Mark Ennis.
Carleek is a great example of someone that I think the university community here would have found a way to, I keep thinking strong ass offers in my head because of that DePaul thing, but I think they would find a way to give that guy some opportunity.
Make it worth his while to stay.
At least he would have thought harder about it. And if it came to fruition, if it came together, why not?
The Drive, weekdays 3 to 6 on 93.9 The Ville.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial #LAW on your cell phone. That's #529, offices Louisville.
We are Louisville's hometown sports station. ESPN 680, 105.7, and 93.9 The Ville. With the most play-by-play of the biggest events, including the NCAA Tournament and Final Four.
Wire-to-wire winner for the Baylor Bears.
The College Football National Championship.
The Crimson Tide will not be denied.
The NFL and Super Bowl 54.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are Super Bowl 55 champions, led by Tom Brady.
The NBA Finals.
The Lakers conquer the bubble.
The World Series.
The Los Angeles Dodgers have won the World Series.
And the Kentucky Derby.
And they're into the stretch.
Featuring exclusive coverage of the Triple Crown. Big game, big race, one place. ESPN 680, 105.7, and 93.9 The Ville. Download the ESPN Louisville.
Here we go.
ESPN Louisville for streaming, podcasts, and the latest program schedule.
Okay, so I think we left off at the number 2. Like, my hopes are riding on these couple of guys that's gonna, that's gonna get them.
I said Ellis and Mike James are the two guys.
You never got a chance to explain the Malik Williams situation.
Well, I'm hating it more and more as we go on. It was kind of a panic one. I was like sold on L. Ellis, completely forgot to like even think about Mike James. I'm still like, wrapping my head around what the roster is going to be this year. And
fair enough.
So I was going with like a known commodity. And I went with Malik just because that's an energy move. He's the on floor leader. I do think he's going to want to come back this year and prove something. It's his last year. I feel like that's what the captain would do. Punk out the other team's star acquisition in the offseason. And also, I mean, as I'm not sold on Roosevelt Wheeler only because I'm worried about the injury stuff. So I'm going with the known commodity there in the terms of Malik. And then definitely G Wiz Gabe Wood. No, I'm just kidding. He actually might crack my top 5, like towards the bottom of it. But I was just kind of going with, okay, if I had to pick a big man to do it, it'd be Malik. That's kind of where my mindset was.
Fair enough.
Well, my number 3.
Wait a minute. I want you to rebuttal to his Malik Williams first.
Okay.
You too, because you had him at 13. So I'm feeling like a real
I'm going to talk about that.
Malik's sneaky. Like, Malik will dunk on you, but it would have to be like off a rebound or something, maybe, because Malik's not really a guy that's going to load up and go dunk. I mean, there's sometimes Malik dunks wide open that I'm like, I'm not sure he got off the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Out of the bigs,
Malik takes so long to load up.
I'll say
when he's by himself.
Yeah.
That I'm like, you don't want to dunk on anybody.
Yeah. Out of the bigs, I actually think probably go.
Quinn might be higher than you think.
It's Gabe. We don't all look alike.
That's
okay.
Twice I did that.
I know.
I did that twice. Sorry.
So it was.
You want to know why I keep doing that?
No, I would love to know.
There's a video of Keith Otto working out with
over
Quinn.
at the crib.
Yeah, with Quinn Sislinski, and I was watching that.
I think that was the gym over by that, because I didn't know this, but apparently right there by my house we have a.
Okay, see,
place, yeah.
I was watching that video, so Quinn has been kind of on the brain because I'm monitoring Quinn. I am from afar. I'm going to monitor
me too.
What becomes of Quinn. So that's why it's not just look alike. Oops.
Sure.
Let's go.
But I will say my number 3 is Jalen Withers. I do think that Jalen Withers is a guy who I know we get mad at him here. And I know we complain.
You don't have to fall on the sword with me.
About his not dunking, but he also dunks a lot in the same breath. You talk about ACC dunks of the year. Like I said, they used all Jalen Withers dunks in the video. Jalen can get up. I mean, we saw him. I mean, he'll go up for an oop sometimes, and you're like, and I think that's why it's so maddening because you'll see it, and you're like, whoa. He had the dunk this year on who did he punch on? He just put it on somebody.
Oh,
Virginia.
Yes, on Big Boy.
Was it Virginia?
Yep.
Yeah,
because he kind of got in his face but he didn't carry out the got. You know what his reminded me of? You remember when Pistons superstar. His name is. I mean Pistons. I said Celtics. I mean Celtics.
I was like,
In your ear, Jay Huff. Is that the dunk?
was the guy.
That was who he got from Virginia.
Right.
Was who he got
Okay.
from Virginia. Yeah,
But
yeah.
here's what I want to compare it to. Who's the Celtics superstar
right now?
Yes.
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
He dunked on LeBron.
You remember he caught LeBron?
Yeah.
And he kind of was like, he had full flex energy, but as soon as LeBron kind of looked at him, you remember he just kind of, you know, it's like, you got me, but be careful, young fella.
Still LeBron.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
no, I'm headhunting you.
yeah, right. So you remember how fast his energy just kind of changed back to, okay, I got you. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I felt Jalen Withers kind of did. Like, you got him. Like, you got a good one,
Yeah.
you know, and he was, he's kind of,
And Jay Huff is he's a huge human being.
He's and very athletic. So
I struggle to not like him. Like I really like Jay Huff, man. It's like, man, I would love to have that guy.
I was scared of him.
I know.
Yeah, I
man.
was scared.
Just,
of
I
him.
remember as a freshman, he was a freshman or a sophomore.
Catches the backwards dunk.
Yeah,
alley-oop. Yep.
Because me and you were watching it, and this is the one I like to hold over Lachlan's head. Me and you were like, the Clark kid and the Huff kid are awesome. And he was like, they suck. I was like, dude, these two are really good, man. They were freshmen at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we supposed to win with T.A. Clark.
I was like, yes. I was like, they are awesome, dude. And then they ended up being awesome. I'm like, we got you on that one.
Right. Okay.
But Jalen, I think that
your number
Jalen's
3 is
got
Withers.
yeah.
Your number 3 is.
Well, can I rebut that real fast?
Yes.
Okay. What was in that write-up? I mean, Bassini, basically, and we've seen it. We saw it last year. He spent a lot of time talking about what a physical specimen Coburn is.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like Jalen this year is going to go back to what he's supposed to be. Last year, and I feel like we gave him a little bit of a pass too.
I agree.
Because he was playing out of position.
Everybody but Marques.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because he hates French people and bigs.
And bigs.
In that order.
Yeah. I like
but
that.
No. It's actually the opposite.
French toast, French fries. Yeah. All that. French kiss. French.
No, that one's okay.
There's another one too. That's an old name. Never mind. I don't know if I can say that on
No, you can't.
I'm like,
no,
I
you
think I can
can't.
get the dump on
I don't
just
know
in
what you were
case.
thinking, but you can't say
Yeah,
it.
probably, yeah. But okay, I feel like this year he's gonna slim down maybe a little bit and get back to that. So I mean, he was already punching above his weight class last year, and now you're gonna have to go against one of the top 5 big men, like just in terms of just size. So that's the only one I'm like, I don't know. Like, well, he's gonna have to regret. I don't want to say regress to the mean, but he's gonna be going back to what he is, which is a 4.
Yeah, I agree, but I think that that's going to also give him more of an opportunity sometimes to get a launch pad, and because he can go around guys. I mean, we saw
that's fair. We talked about how he's kind of a lumbering dude.
And we saw one. The thing is if Jalen's at the 4, Kofi's not on him.
If Jalen Withers had Kofi Coburn out on the wing and did that little one dribble behind the back move, he'd literally make Kofi Coburn fall on the ground.
Yeah.
But he won't dunk on him.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be guarding him. That's what I'm saying. Like he would have the ability to catch him.
No, we're gonna force switches.
Probably. Well, yeah, I mean, probably, yeah. Okay, I'll listen to that. So yeah. But Jalen would be my 3. He'd be my 3.
You know who's my number 3 now?
Who?
Steve. I'm gonna jump out on the cliff on this one.
Okay.
And God, this is gonna suck. And it's bringing me physical pain to have to say this out loud. My number 3 to catch Kofi Coburn.
Man.
Sam.
I knew.
I know I'm being Nikki Echo Chamber, but I was gonna say the same thing.
Y'all knew I was gonna say that, right?
I can't even visualize that in my head.
I can't.
Mr. Midrange is gonna be.
I can't
even see it. I'm trying to see it.
You know why?
Nope, he got blocked.
He'll get his own rebound though.
He will get the rebound.
You know why? Because before he had 20 rebounds in a game, you couldn't see him having any game near that. Until he turned into rebounding Sam.
Yeah.
You couldn't see, you didn't see that. right?
Right.
Then you start realizing Sam has as much to play for as anybody.
No,
he's a McDonald's All-American. That means everybody, listen, go look at his McDonald's All-American teammates. 80% of them are probably already in the NBA. He's one of the only remaining, McDonald's All-Americans that hasn't left for the NBA probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you think he doesn't text and tweet and everybody talk about the good life, how we all chilling here in the league, and well, man, you still at Louisville?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he had a good, and you remember he was going to try for the USA team, the under 19.
Oh,
and
listen.
He was McDonald's All-American. This dude, I could see him just saying, I gotta catch. So I gotta put something on film so I can get out of here.
Listen, I think he's gonna have a tremendous year. Sam, I really do. But I don't think he's gonna be dunking on Big Ben.
I do. Listen, I think somebody has got to talk to Sam and just, if we go back through Sam's tapes, it's like, Sam, you have a mid-range that has everybody jumping. Ross McMains is going to say, you got to show this ball, power dribble, jump step, and punch the ball.
Okay.
You have to do that.
Yeah.
That's all. Like, anybody worth their salt in coaching is going to say, dude, you're going to have to start using your athlete. Being a 6'7", we could get a 6'3" shooter that can pull up at a mid-range.
Yeah.
Even as a big man, your big man doesn't apply until you can finish inside the paint and outside the paint. That's why I get so mad about the out of position thing that everybody else says. Mm-hmm. If you're 6'3", you got to finish at the basket.
Yeah.
If you're 6'8", you got to finish at the basket. I don't care. Big men are always going to be around the paint. Yeah. You still got to be able to finish. Jalen, David Johnson, Carleek, you got to be able to finish, right?
Right.
So, Sam, it's on you. It's on you.
Fair enough.
Like I said, so Sam was number 3. You got a 4? No, I'm getting sad if we're running out of gas.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm kind of running out of gas on my dunk on people.
Or by default, do I have to put Withers at 4?
I mean, I
athletically,
think Withers is legit. Though.
I'm gonna stop even saying JJ Trainer's name because I'm gonna get so angry this whole family's gonna hate me.
Yeah,
I still got to go get ribs from Granddad Trainer's spot. I can't even go get the ribs because he heard what I said about it, dude.
That's why we have interns, man. You send the intern.
That's a great point.
Yeah, you want the college credit?
That's a great point.
Ask for some burn ends too.
But okay, I will grab that. They have offered to drop them off at the studio too 1,000 times. We're gonna get around to that. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, how come we have the most athletic dude on the team in JJ Trainer? We're not saying, why haven't we said his name yet? Do you just not have confidence that he can use that?
No, because here's the thing. I like him. I think he goes up and tries. Like a lot of times more than, just even that catch off that flex, he'll go right up and punch it. So, I think it's a possibility. If I had to do a 4, it would be him. Yeah, it would be him. But here's the thing. I don't think that I feel you and I agree with you. And I know this may make you insane, but I don't think a lot of teams have more than 3 guys that you go, oh, that guy would just go punch on somebody in the game nowadays. I don't think, who's 3 from
Baylor?
But even Baylor, who outside of 3 solid guys, who do they have who just go, oh, that guy just dunk on everybody? Kansas has the dude, the number 30, the kid that just come back yesterday that can fly. And he'll go up on people.
Western Kentucky.
They had 1?
Last year they had 2.
They might have had.
I'm saying Charleston.
Bassey. Yeah. Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Bassey. I forget Big's count. But you know what I'm saying? Like, teams, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
This is Louisville, Steve. This is Louisville, Steve.
Okay.
This is Louisville. 3 guys that dunk on people is not enough.
Okay, your senior year, how many people could just punch on somebody?
Why would you go straight to my senior year? Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, your sophomore year.
No. Senior year. Marques Maybin.
Okay.
Reese Gaines.
Okay.
Rashad Brooks was a 6-foot guard punching on people.
Okay. Then who? Like, it's not that crazy. It's like, dude.
Simon Nadanoff.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, okay.
Brian Northern.
FSU. I'll give you FSU. That's a good text. FSU had about 5 people who just punch in your mouth.
Who would dunk on somebody? Eric Brown?
If the situation was right.
Oh, Quentin? No, he wasn't there.
No.
Who else am I leaving?
Somebody. There's a lot of people mad that we haven't put Dre on there. Do you see Dre as like dunk on you guys?
No.
I don't know.
No.
Okay. Like I said, Texter, FSU, you win. Steve Rummage here from 93.9 The Ville, and I want to tell you about Vitality Wellness and Weight Loss. Vitality is a safe, effective weight loss program that is tailored to your body. With Vitality, you'll get a personalized food list and supplements based on your needs. Vitality is science-based, and in your first visit, you'll go through a complete body scan and be assigned a personal specialist. In the first week, I was down 16 pounds. So go to vitalitylouisville.com or call 502-442-2117 and let them know you heard about it right here from Steve Rummage and 93.9 The Ville.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville.
If you're going to ask her to spend the rest of her life with you, shouldn't you give her a diamond worthy of your journey together?
No one works harder selecting diamonds from the finest cutters around the world than my dad.
Thanks, Ashley. Well, I love finding those rare diamonds of exceptional brilliance and value in every size, shape, and price range for every couple.
And quality diamonds have been at the heart of Davis Jewelers for over 90 years now.
Today, we're Louisville's largest fine jeweler.
With 3 to 4 times the selection of diamonds, engagement rings, and wedding bands you'll find in average stores.
Where you get a lifetime.
Oh, no. The intern's putting together a sound sheet.
He
cut it.
Day money back price and total satisfaction guarantee.
And no regrets.
Give her a diamond worthy of her.
Because love, it's what we do.
Davis Jewelers, Louisville's largest fine jeweler. From anywhere in Kentuckiana, we're at Forest Green Boulevard, just off North Hirschborn Parkway, and at davisjewelers.com.
Hey everybody, Steve Rummage here. And if you have listened to 93.9 The Ville over the last few months, you know I've reminded you of 3 simple words. Call Josh Jarbo. Josh is a licensed realtor and owner of RE/MAX Alliance. And with the spring market heating up, he wants to make your home buying or selling process as efficient as possible.
What do we use for second hour rejoin?
And
Yeah.
For
Just any royalty free? Okay.
enough, up to $5,000 seller credit.
Okay.
You heard it right here. So don't wait any longer and contact Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or joshjarbo@remax.net.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold craft, tap, can, or bottled beer? 4 pegs. And the best part about Four Pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services.
People-friendly equipment, technology, and service for all of your print communication needs. Look no further.
Just whistle for Duplicator Sales and Service.
Copy, scan, fax, send, or mail. Your unduplicated professionals can simplify the process with world-class network business machines from Ricoh and Savin. High-quality office equipment solutions and services, and the fairest possible price always for you. That's our commitment.
For today and tomorrow.
And our commitment continues from our commercial print and mailing division, Derby City Litho. Check out the 7110 Ricoh graphic print system, providing superior color output to include spot varnish options. Duplicator Sales, Derby City Litho. Corporate mailing systems, Ricoh and Savin.
Just whistle for Duplicator Sales and Service.
Phone 589-5555. Online at duplicatorsales.net. 831 East Broadway in Louisville, with offices in Elizabethtown and Lexington.
Fifth third free kick by Del Piccolo is deflected back in and nodded into the goal.
Hey, it's Jeff Greer. Lou City is back in action Saturday as the boys in purple hit the road once again to take on FC Tulsa. Join Casey Whitfield and me starting at 7:45 for pregame coverage, followed by the game broadcast at 8 p.m. It's all right here on ESPN 680, 105.7, 93.9 The Ville, and the ESPN Louisville app.
You're listening to 93.9 The Ville, your home for the Diener Show, 7 to 10 a.m.
This expansion is for 12 on here rather than 8. The thing that I wonder then at that point, though, what becomes of the regular season?
Middays with Marques Maybin, 10 to noon.
This is a year Louisville basketball is looking to make a run.
And afternoons with Mark Ennis on the drive.
The schools are going to be super conservative at first, but then eventually everyone's going to play ball here together.
This is 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app.
Mute it. Okay, let's unmute it. Steve, while we're in here at this very moment, could you capitalize on one of the most valuable luxuries we have?
I got it.
Temperature control is 100% one of the most valuable resources we can have in this station, especially on days like this when you get the natural greenhouse effect going. And if you agree, then you must know the DFH company is the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222. Or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Look into the Mitsubishi Mini Split for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222. You can look them up online at dfhcompany.com.
Also, want to remind people, McGregor versus Poirier 3. Appreciate that text line. Is all about, or is all set for UFC 264. DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC, has a knockout offer for odds on a knockout in the first round during Saturday's main event. If the rubber match ends in a first round knockout, you walk away with cash. Just pick the main event fighter you think will win by first round knockout, and DraftKings Sportsbook will give you 264 to 1 odds on that fighter. That's right. Bet $1 on McGregor or Poirier to win by first round knockout, and you win $264. There's no better way to put your MMA knowledge to the test than to put your money where your mouth is with DraftKings Sportsbook. And don't worry if MMA isn't for you. DraftKings Sportsbook offers great odds, promotions on basketball, hockey, and so much more. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable, so you can deposit and withdraw your funds at your convenience. So download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code WLCL when you sign up for $1 to turn $1 into $264. When you bet on a main event fighter to win by first round knockout, place your bet. Watch the fist fly this weekend. That's code WLCL to turn $1 into $264. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. But remember, you must be 21 or older. Indiana only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you get a gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
One more of our most important shout outs from one of our most important partners. Thanks to Jason and his team for bringing by lunch to the ESPN Louisville studios. It's a Which Wednesday. Be sure to get carryout, curbside, or delivery from the Hertzborn or Brownsboro Crossing location for lunch and dinner. New menus here, people. Favorites like the Cali Club, the Wicked, and the Italian Grinder. Order online or on the Which app. Which superior sandwiches.
Solid.
NBA, Steve, how involved are you?
Dude, I found out who won this morning. I'm ashamed to say that,
but I want to know why.
I don't know. I guess it's not like I'm not like
because somewhere Phil Baker is cringing.
I know.
Because he thinks you may represent the people, and if you represent the proletariat, then
I don't know that I represent the people on this, like the majority.
Or you just get busy getting in shape.
Well, I'm that too. I'm kind of a snob too in the league, so it's like the Chris Paul thing really doesn't do it for me. Mm-hmm. The Bucks really don't do it for me. I'm like,
is it unfortunate that I still haven't given up on Jordan Nwora?
Actually, going by Twitter, I went to bed. I thought the Bucks won, and then I woke up this morning and I saw actually when I got in here. No, I take that back. I heard Blankenbaker say it this morning. That was when I found out the Suns won. I was like, and I was kind of upset at myself because I'm like, you pissed and moaned about sports last year. It's like, you should be watching the NBA finals. Right. And I'm like, but again, like I said, now I am a self-professed snob in sports.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, elites.
Yeah, like I'm not, I don't really care to watch the what is it? The group of 5 team in the playoff.
Right.
Okay, cool. I mean, yeah, we can watch them, but you can watch the first quarter. And when Alabama gets up 28-0, then we'll go home. So this one, it's like, it just doesn't, I don't know. It's nothing really attracting me to the, I mean, now maybe, hey, if Jordan Nwora started for the Bucks or something, that may like
every time I see them chuck up another brick, I'm like, you better get that baby a shot. Mm-hmm. I mean, I literally watched some basketball and I'm like, there's a lot of misses that I don't think Jordan Nwora would be missing.
I actually watched the Reds choke last night. I did watch that, but like, maybe if I don't hate Booker. So like maybe if I hated Booker or something, I can't stand that guy. I would have like Chris Paul. I'm not really a fan of. I think he's kind of a crybaby, but like, I don't hate him though. Like, I mean, he's a good player.
Yeah, he doesn't move the meter enough for you to feel any kind of way about
so
him.
I think that's kind of actually I do like Ayton.
Yeah, DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, like I do. I think he's like the future big man. Like,
I can't detach him from Arizona though.
Yeah, I mean that's true. but I loved him in high school.
Uh-huh.
I remember I loved him in high school watching his film. I was like, God, he's a monster, dude. And I'm glad that he
didn't go to Kentucky.
Yes. But I'm glad that he became an NBA guy because I felt like of course now it's easy to say this now.
I knew
it. A top player, but I felt sorry. But like Mo Bamba didn't really. He's not dominating in the league.
Not yet.
Sure, but I just really thought he was good.
He had,
and Jordan is injured. Like Jordan's not even playing right now.
I thought he was dressing now.
Oh, is he dressing now? Okay, it might be.
Is he, Nikki? He's dressing now, right?
I thought I know there was a sighting of him yesterday.
He was injured last series, I think, and he was in street clothes.
And again, don't Well, actually, you should punch me right in the face for saying that.
I got to step away.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Go ahead. No, don't punch me for saying this, but I wasn't aware that Giannis played
last night.
Yeah, I thought Giannis was out.
You was like, of course they lost. I mean, they didn't have Giannis.
I'm not watching. I just there wasn't. If I had known Giannis was playing, probably
you may have.
But last night, I will say, last night I did some working out. I did some real estate class, some things I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the baby, and Charity was not home. So it's just like,
was he confrontational?
He's always confrontational. He's crazy. What do you mean? Like, yes, no, he's insanely confrontational. So. I watched some wrestling last night. I watched the Reds and wrestling last night. That's what I watched.
So we have to move along.
Impact. You watch a little.
No, actually, last night was NXT.
Oh no, yeah, Tuesday. God, my days are all mixed up.
No, that's fine. They did. Well, Impact was on Tuesday. It used to be on Tuesday, but now last night NXT did the Great American Bash.
Oh yeah,
they do like some of those. So I actually sit down and watch those. I always watch AEW.
Big fan of Dynamite.
Yeah. Even if I have to record it and watch it late, I watch that all the way through. But so I did sit down and watch Great American Bash last night. So I was kind of like, that was more had my attention, man. Just
and like I said, I was just sizing up the in finals basketball. I'm just amazed at the skill level.
I've watched Skip and Shannon up here, and this is what I think you're kind of going to get with this finals, though. Right now, up on the thing.
What's the title?
LeBron is world's most trolled athlete on Twitter. You know what the first topic on the show was?
I'm listening.
Should LeBron have complimented CP3 for winning? So it's like this finals is not going to move the needle for a lot of people. And I'm sorry, and hey. And I'm okay if you're somebody. It's like, well, hey, I enjoy seeing some new blood. Cool. I mean, good. And it's not a terrible.
It's one of those things. I just like a skill set of basketball.
But I'm going to say something I heard this morning. I agree with Jared Stillman. New blood in there. I saw the highlights.
You don't like the new uniforms either, do you?
Oh, I do. I do. But I think game one of the finals.
If it's going to be like that, it's a wrap.
It should go traditional.
Traditional uniforms.
Yeah,
okay.
I think traditional kind of, because I mean, even right now, I get what he's saying. Because like right now, they got LeBron up there, and the picture is him in a baby blue and white jersey. Play for Carolina, it's like,
right.
I just think in the finals, you probably should have went. But I love the new alternates. Like I'm a jersey snob
during the year.
Well, even in the finals, I'm fine with it. But I think game one, especially, you should probably
because you're going to need some footage to match up with the OG footage.
I didn't really realize because I've only saw pictures. Somebody told me they don't have the trophy on the court anymore. Like even in the sides, it just says NBA Finals now. Like that's kind of. I mean, they don't have to have it huge in the middle like they did the one time or a couple times, but like I feel like you should try to make the courts look different. Like. The finals, you have the trophy on there. Somebody said it just said like NBA Finals on the side. I was like,
and then what the valley in the middle.
Yeah, and then that looks kind of weird too. It's like the alter, like and I would say even if it was Donovan and the Jazz, and I think their new color scheme is way better.
Yeah, the sunset look.
But I think you'd probably have to go old school Jazz look. Like go with the Jazz look for game one. And kind of like he was talking about the Knicks and stuff. Like I don't want to see if the Knicks get in the finals,
right.
I don't want to see the Knicks wear like some goofy jersey. We'll see the Knicks wear
classic.
Their jerseys.
I'm with you. You should go classic, then maybe new, and then maybe a retro one.
Right.
I'm
cool with that. Yeah,
but definitely start. I'm 1,000%.
Yeah,
could not agree more with this take.
Game one, give me the Suns in the look, and I say it, and I didn't watch the game, so I know somebody be like, "Shut up, Steve." But
you literally didn't watch the game.
I know, but I'm like game one.
But if I did watch,
give me the orange and the. I don't mind that the Suns didn't wear white.
Yeah.
I'm just going off what I heard Drew and them say, but get the orange, the purple, and then give me the Bucks.
Yeah, because you have people who've been waiting on this their entire life, they don't want to see.
And there's some people that are totally opposite of me and love the two new teams. Like, oh, this is guys that's never been in the tournament, like or the finals. I think they said like.
Yeah, they had won
Is anybody in the finals right now? Like
30 years. Yeah, like 30 years.
the thing I care about the most is the last time the Suns made the finals, the Cowboys won the Super Bowl.
There it is.
I'm trying to tell people, and everybody's like, "Oh, Steve, you say it every year. You say it every year." Okay, all right, just keep playing with the Cowboys.
Well, let me throw this out here. We did just receive an email today. Ticket prices started just $325 and may be paid over an extended period. Louisville, Kentucky season tickets for the University of Louisville 2021-22 18-game home men's basketball scheduled at the KFC Yum Center. Now available for purchase. U of L announced last week advancements in the state national health guidelines is full capacity. Featured in June. Early top 25 rankings, including number 13 Duke, number 20 North Carolina, number 23 Virginia. We go on the road for Michigan State. Starting as $300 season tickets include significant discounts over single game pricing, exclusive perks, experiences, personalized ticket, consultant communications, and more. Okay. Do we have pressure? Do we have attendance pressure, Steve?
By the way, my cousin said Crowder was the only one to ever even play in the finals. That's pretty. I guess if you're going to go all new, go all new.
That poor dude. Like he played really well.
Yeah.
He could not get a bat. He looked like me shooting out there.
Really?
He finished the game with 1 point.
Jeez.
1 point. He got a garbage time free throw. And he only hit 1 of 2. I felt so bad for him because he was playing well. Dude, he was a stud on the defensive end, but my God, he looked like me just rain dance clunk.
I think I'll get more, and I want to get to that because that's a good question what you ask. I think I'll get more into it if the series goes and it becomes
back and forth. Yeah.
I think I'll care more a little bit. But I guess if you're gonna go all new, I would rather it be all new than like just some young punks against LeBron. It's like okay.
Right.
Like that Thunder series. Everybody was like, oh, this is great for basketball. The Thunder upset the Spurs and somebody else, and now it's going to be the Heat. And it's like, no, the Heat are going to beat the piss out of them. That's not good for basketball. And like the Heat just beat the piss out of the Thunder. I think they swept them. If they didn't, it didn't go more than 5. Like it was like, oh God, these babies. Like y'all can't beat this team.
Okay.
Attendance pressure.
Yeah. Is there pressure? Is there attendance pressure?
Yeah.
I'm listening.
I think so. I think that there is a little bit of pressure. Now, pressure on
and let me open it up. 8150-93.9 is the number. 3831-93.9. Do you feel like there is attendance pressure to pack the stands? Is it or listen, because here's the other thing.
I don't know about pack the stands. I think those days.
I know, but you understand what I'm saying. Like, okay, 19,000, to have full, we are in here represented, that like that kind of thing.
Well, we talk a lot about being such a passionate group that I do think that it's like, I think even early season, I don't know that the excuse of like, man, the games ain't good. Like, no, dude.
Yeah, it's still,
yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm asking. Like when you start talking ticket sales and then you start talking post-COVID season, then you start talking about you're bringing in a new offensive style of play. Will the curiosity be high enough to let me see these guys in person, to see if there's a pace? Because again, detractor will say it's the max style. It's the pack line that costs, and I don't know if detractor's voice is even matters.
Right.
But you understand what I'm saying? Like, or is it like you need to just win, and winning will pack the stands. Like where do you fall on the sliding scale of, is there pressure to make sure you have a good crowd, to make sure you have a good representation? Is it a team style pressure? Is it a coaching pressure? Is it a marketing pressure? Are we like at a crossroads? And, because again, you'll have somebody come out of left field and say, well, I'm not going because they're getting paid now. It's just like,
then there's somebody else to take the ticket. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. I do think that it's a little bit to do also though with your home schedule, because I think it's because the pressure can be divvied out a little bit. Like I think that the school needs to understand where we're at too. I think they are with what I saw. I think I saw that some packages are starting at like $325. that's pretty cheap
Mhm.
for basketball.
Mhm.
Like, I'm sure there might be a donation with that too, but I haven't read into that. So I'm sorry if anybody's listening from the school that I'm not trying to give out false info there, but I think there is a little bit on them to say, okay, you got to understand where we're at right now. And I think you do need to make some of it a little economically possible for people. I think that there's the ACC automatically gives you games. Like, I believe Duke's coming in. I believe we know Virginia's coming in. We know
Steve, you weren't listening. I just read the
I was not at all.
The Duke, North Carolina, and Virginia
are all coming in.
Yep.
Yeah. So like those are kind of built in with the ACC. I think it's always good to try in the out of conference.
Yeah.
I don't know this year if they're really able to. I know we're going to the Bahamas. I know that we have the game at Michigan State. Kentucky is at Kentucky this year. So I don't know that there's going to be a
marquee out of conference game.
There probably is one I'm forgetting.
You got to stick something in here.
But I think it would be a good idea to try to give that. But yeah, so I think that pressure can be divvied out. But I do think that after last year, there should be no and it's a team like I don't care what the local sale job is, that they're the narrative that Louisville fans are excited about this team. Okay, like
sell job.
Yeah, like Louisville fans aren't. Well, there's an audience. There's a group out there that tries to tell you like that Louisville fans aren't excited about the team. Now they hate this or that, whatever. Like that's not true. I mean, so it's like Louisville fans are excited about this team, and I think that there's a newness to this team that I think there is a little bit of pressure on the fans too to get out and watch it.
Let me get to the phone lines. Nikki, you are aware that we can't do this from inside the booth. Cody, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
What's going on, guys? How you doing? Long time no talk.
Good, man.
So, okay. Sorry, my dog just walked out of my room. Okay,
fair enough.
So with the attendance thing, I think that what's going to bring people back to the stands is just consistency, like with the product on the floor. Now, when you had Rick Pitino, it's like even if we didn't play that well, it's like you knew what you were going to get every single night. With Mac the last few years, whether it's a personnel issue or maybe just the offense doesn't resonate with the players, like you really don't know what you're going to get sometimes. You really can't pinpoint what he runs on offense and what to get excited about. And sometimes it seems like we play down to the lesser competition, which really frustrates a lot of fans when I see it. So even if we do win, it just seems like it's a lot harder. So I think that with bringing in Ross, if this offense is really going to change and it's going to change for the better, I think that if fans consistently see it executed right, I think that they're going to get more excited to go to games and actually watch a fun product on the court. Because Mac is good at getting the team ready for big games, but just sometimes the lower level competition, the offense can get stagnant and you know, you can kind of feel the air get rushed out of the building sometimes, if you know what I mean. So I think if there is a product on the floor that's more consistent, I think more people will be excited to go out and actually watch it in person. Do you know what I mean?
I do appreciate the call.
Appreciate it to an extent.
Yeah. How much of that is Louisville and how much of that is everybody plays down? You know, a lot of times.
Mac actually is pretty dang good early season. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think the argument is actually, if you want to, is later. You know,
well,
I mean, I don't necessarily have that argument, but
let me ask this question: would having more dunkers change that?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. But I mean, like I said,
y'all are gonna get so mad at me. I mean, I'm gonna bring up. Listen,
yeah,
if you
had Zion,
if you had a lot more dunks and a lot more high flying basketball, even against some of the lower level teams, you would bring in more. You would bring in more excitement.
Absolutely, but I mean, yeah, I think to an extent, yeah, but I don't think that's necessarily why fans aren't coming. I mean, I'm sure they're
like
or wouldn't come. I'm sorry.
Right. Like there's not a put it this way, there's not a systematic issue. Anything about the attendance would be across the boards.
Yeah, no, you got to win. I mean, I think that's pretty much where it's
get good teams on the schedule and beat good teams.
Yeah, play the good
same
teams and beat them.
The same routine applies. Coming back, we're going to talk a little football. I got to ask you a question about the plug and play and who's it on. Middays with Marques Maybin on 939 The Ville.
Louisville's been great to us. I was born and raised here.
The community of Louisville is a very tight-knit group of individuals. They're really the heart and soul of Louisville.
Louisville's got a lot to offer, a lot of the big city feel, but it also has a small city vibe. It's just a great city, and it's been very supportive.
My favorite part is the people.
Satisfying what their needs is our top priority. Cox's and Evergreen are Louisville's neighborhood liquor store. Visit our website, coxslouisville.com.
I'm Ethan Moore. And I'm Taylor Lynch. Check out Louisville Sports Live, the city's longest-running all-U of L sports talk show, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock right here on 93.9 The Ville.
All the best local and national guests talking all things Louisville football, basketball, and recruiting.
Every Wednesday at 6 right here, 93.9 The Ville. And follow us on Twitter at LVille Sports without an O live.
And check out the website, LouisvilleSportsLive.net. Go Cards.
Big news. She said yes. My girlfriend loved the ring so much, she started to cry. I gotta hand it to Shane Company. They made it easy for me to create the perfect engagement ring. I knew my girlfriend wanted a halo ring, so when I met with a jewelry consultant, we started with that. And my budget. He showed me ring settings in my price range. I felt no pressure to buy. For the Cinderstone, we looked at diamonds first. Then he showed me their beautiful sapphires, an option I hadn't even considered. And what a selection. They had over a dozen colors to choose from. He said that Tom Shane hand selects their sapphires in Bangkok. I ended up choosing a blue sapphire. I hadn't planned on that, but once I saw how the diamond halo framed the sapphire, I knew it was perfect for her. She's really one of a kind. And well, that's what I love about her. And we're still getting lots of compliments on the ring.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry Shane Company. Open weekdays till 8, Saturday and Sunday till 5, and online at shaneco.com.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold craft, tap, can, or bottled beer, 4 pegs. And the best part about 4 pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services.
We are Louisville's hometown sports station. ESPN 680, 105.7, and 93.9 The Ville, with the most play-by-play of the biggest events, including the NCAA tournament and Final Four.
Wire-to-wire winner for the Baylor Bears.
The College Football National Championship.
The Crimson Tide will not be denied.
The NFL and Super Bowl 54.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are Super Bowl 55 champions, led by Tom Brady.
The NBA Finals.
The Lakers conquer the bubble.
The World Series.
The Los Angeles Dodgers have won the World Series.
And the Kentucky Derby.
And they're into the stretch.
Featuring exclusive coverage of the Triple Crown. Big game, big race, one place. ESPN 680, 105.7, and 93.9 The Ville.
Focus has expanded its roster of flavors with 4 new big hitters. Crisp apple, mixed berry, cherry cola, and root beer add to Focus's already impressive roster of flavors.
Focus has been our go-to drink for years when it's time for a pick-me-up around the office.
Focus is a naturally energizing caffeinated sparkling water, so it's free of any of the bad stuff you find in sodas and energy drinks.
Go to drinkfocus.com to find the full lineup of flavors and get them delivered right to your door.
Focus, PHOCUS. Try it today.
Want to be part of the show? Hit us up on the Bet Rivers Sportsbook Twitter feed at 93.9 The Ville. Here's what you missed on the Diener Show.
I think of Louisville's backcourt as crowded. Is it not crowded?
You do not have.
What about West? I thought he was a creator.
I mean, he's a good player. I like Jared West. I think he'd be fine. And to be clear, like if Louisville doesn't land Marcus Carr, I think they're still a very good team. With him, though, it changes things.
Weekday morning, 7 to 10 on 93.9 The Ville, ESPN 680 and 105.7.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life. And if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial pound law on your cell phone. That's pound 529. Offices Louisville.
That female empowerment, like at the beginning, and I was
no. Listen, I was waiting. I was
like,
waiting for the bass to drop, and I'm like, I can't talk until I hear the actual music on what this sounds like. But yeah, anytime you get royalty heads up, I'll leave it off mute.
Let it breathe a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Welcome back. It's Middays with Marques Maybin. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. So Steve wants to remind you of one other thing before I take him to court.
Okay, fair enough. To address competitive hiring climate in the Louisville area, UPS will offer a retention and attendance bonus. In 2021, you'll earn up to $18.50 per hour. You might even be eligible for a program that helps you with thousands of dollars for college and $325 per month towards expenses. Enjoy an active job and big-time growth opportunities at UPS. Big time. They're doing their thing.
So I'm sure people are wondering right now, what is Steve going to court for this time? Steve,
kind of curious myself,
is a representation of a certain delegation. I will elaborate shortly, but before we have to assign the characters, you are the defendant. I was going to make you the plaintiff. Actually, I will make you the plaintiff on this one.
Okay.
Because you did an excellent job of being the plaintiff in our pre-show meeting.
Okay.
I'm going to need one Judge Valvano, and Judge 8150 93.9 is the number, and Judge 3831 93.9 text line.
Okay.
Nikki, midday docket, case number 600492. Let it go. Steve has a complaint as the plaintiff.
Okay.
Steve is under the illusion, or I'm sorry, Steve has the impression that the big man expends more energy than the guard. Steve, as the plaintiff, went into an impassionate speech about his life. You ask me who hurt me? Now listen to Steve and ask him who hurt him. The plaintiff, take it away.
Well, my argument is
no, start with your story first. Start with your story and your co-defendants. Or they were the co-defendants, but they're a part of your case.
Well, like when we're in a league, okay, and I'm decently skilled on the post, right?
Turn it up a little bit, Nick.
So here's the problem. When you got somebody on you that you can kind of work, not easily, but you're scoring on them, and guards, Clay in particular on this one, they have the tendency to come down, throw you the ball, you go up, you make a good move, you score in a tight game or something, and then they come back down and they're just like, hey, Rummage, get on the block. Hey, get it, Steve.
Right.
Throw it in. Okay, all right, now they're starting to double me, so now I'm kind of, gotta make a move. Okay, boom. All right, score. Okay, now I'm back.
So you score back-to-back buckets.
Yeah, now we go down, we're playing defense, we get back down, and I swear if he's not like, hey, get on the block, I'm like, hey, man, like, anybody else trying to score? Or are we just gonna do this? Because it's much harder for me to have to beat and bang down here and get a bucket than it is for you to pull up and shoot a jumper. Like, why don't you pull up and shoot a jumper? Why don't you do something? So then here's the problem. The other problem is I'm a pretty good passer out of the post. But then when you score a couple times, they throw you the ball, and then everybody just stands there. And they're just like, all right, let's watch Steve go to work. And it's like, okay, I mean, this is cool, but I can't breathe. Okay? Like, I'm hurting here. Like, somebody want to help out. Like, now they're triple teaming me. Anybody wants to cut, I will find you. Like, I will find you. Okay? This is something you'll see at the fantasy camp. I will find you if you cut. Like, I'm going to get you the rock, okay? Or if you're a good shooter, I'm a zone buster, dude. You put me in the middle of the zone, I'll eat a zone up mentally. I don't know, that's Division I, but like, I'll trash. I'm like, I'll trash it. So here's the thing, and I'm like, and then guards, they just kind of like just dribble around. It's like, dude, shoot the ball.
So I'm listening to Steve and his impassioned speech of representing the big man delegation. And I'm thinking, this all sounds like you problems. I am physically being Clay right now. You just got a bucket. Okay, you either spun left or spun right.
Yes.
And got a jump hook.
Yes.
I had to bring the ball up the court, keep this Pat Beverly guard up off this basketball. I had to dribble, spin move, round the back, shake, bring it up the court just to get the ball to you. All you did is jog down there and posted your big rear end up right on the block. I thought you wanted to eat. So we say, feed the big man and let him eat.
Yes.
And you have a problem on the third possession. You scored back to back. As a guard, I'm like, I would get mad at Clay if he didn't give you the ball the third time. And if you think that the guards have an easier time scoring,
I do think this.
As a guard, I'm like, we are running off cuts. We are running on down screens and pop-up back screens, and we're running baselines. And look how much running. All you do is, you are literally a walking Stonehenge.
Must be insanely tough.
You are
to bring the ball.
You are literally a walking brick wall for me to run to that side of the court and back to this side of the court full speed and curl and flare, and you're literally just setting picks. Don't tell me you're tired. You're working a guy on the block.
Yes.
So I'm listening to this, and I heard you, but I'm like, whose job is harder, people? The guard or the big man? I mean, Judge Balbano, the floor is yours.
You both make compelling arguments.
Thank you.
I could put this to the people. Bet Rivers Twitter poll. Could put that on 93.9 the Bills Twitter page. I actually might just do that because this is a democracy after all.
It used to be.
It used to be.
So they started forcing you to. Never mind. Keep going.
Damn it, Marcus. Here's the thing. It's different types of toughness. And I lean. Now, I'm not a big guy, but the big guy mindset is definitely much more akin to me. I'm not what you would call necessarily athletic, but
the Lord didn't bless me. What did he say on Bobby Boucher? He said, "The Lord didn't bless me."
but with good looks.
Yeah. And a functional brain.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That what she would call attractive. No, I'm doing the Chris Farley thing now. No, okay. I don't have a ton of quick fiber twitch muscles. So for me to do what a backcourt player would do would take a ton of energy. That said, there is a lot more running. There's a lot more ground to be covered. I do feel like there's a lot more work. However, you're a sports car. Backcourt guys are sports cars. What do sports cars do? They drive. It's a lot easier for them to go 0 to 60 than a Raptor truck.
Right.
I mean, so I just think it's different. I do think that.
Are we going to get our first Brian Hall?
He's kind of Brian Hall.
Well, okay.
Kind of 50-50
guy.
Okay. If I have to give the nod, I will say this. There was a time your boy was in shape. I ran cross country and it wrecked me. I got more hurt doing that until my kidney almost exploded in college. That's a different story. I got more hurt running cross country than I did in hockey because it tore my body up. So I have a ton of respect for the athletic, the traditional athletic. That said, nothing is more exhausting than have you ever wrestled or have you ever done any like combat sports or anything like that?
Yes.
When you're actually bodying up on somebody, it is a different type of toughness. So,
I agree.
So with that said, I give the nod to the front court. I'm sorry. Sorry. It's here's the thing. You're talking about.
I took this case pro bono.
Your question was what, Marcus? Who works harder?
Yes.
Who works harder?
Yeah, who has the more difficult task?
That's it. You said who has the more difficult task? To body somebody up and beat them physically, which is what you're basically doing.
Y'all must lack fundamentals.
We do. Yes.
That's why we're big.
Yes, the defense rests. Yes.
Listen, because fundamentally,
like for the love of God, nobody's arguing this.
Get good post position and jump hook. See, you young punk big men, you don't want to use the glass. That's why you're not working so hard.
Yes.
Post up on the block, jump hook left, bang. Jump hook right, bang.
Yeah.
Use your fundamentals, and it wouldn't be this difficult.
Fundamentals, dude. I'm Mr. Footwork. All right. As you'll see at the fantasy camp in September.
Plug that again.
Listen, I am Mr. Look, up and under, one dribble, spin, off the glass. But that's a lot of work.
Oh.
Look,
guards right now are like, dude, get off the block and let me have the ball.
So I know it's tough for Noah Locke to run down the court, catch it, and shoot the three on the fast break.
You know how hard he has to work to get open for that three?
No, Ross McMahon said just run.
Okay, I'm thinking Steph Curry now moving around and everything like that, and like perpetual motion and everything.
He went 0 to the best running guard, the best.
Yeah, exactly.
The hardest working guard,
Steph Curry.
No nuance.
You're right. Right. Rip Hamilton just running to figure eights the entire possession to get open.
That energy is crazy, but it's like it's built for that, man. Like I'm not saying like they don't work hard. I'm just saying that okay, here's the thing. Moving around, being a perpetual motion machine, working their ass off. So much so I hit my microphone and knocked it away from my face there. They are working their ass off. That said, if it was me,
right,
what would exhaust me more? And keep in mind, I'm not a Ford Raptor. I'm like a crappy Bronco or whatever. But I'm not built for running around. It tore me up when I did it.
Right.
That said, what would exhaust me more is battling somebody in the post,
the
wrestling and everything like that. And this is coming from a guy who doesn't like to run.
You can take that, and you can hear me in the background.
Yes.
The only reason I had to take this to court is because you did say like an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Even though that's an extreme example, Steve,
it's kind of, but I mean,
you need to learn how to flop more on the block then or something.
When you're running down the court, dude, bigs, you're like they're laying on each other, man. you're hitting the whole way down.
When you said offensive lineman, I said, okay, maybe you have a point.
Okay.
But you do get a lot of downtime. My God, you're the last one. A drag screen. How hard is it to?
You go tell Steve Enoch right now, playing in Coach Mac's system, he got a lot of that poor guy was out at half court and back to the rim 5 times a possession.
It's a straight line run every time. A straight line. We run suicides all day.
Yeah, and I'm carrying 150 more pounds than you are.
I was going to say. Yeah.
So now you strap on 150-pound weight and do it.
Baylor's big man was skinny.
That is true.
You're the problem. Go get me Rick Pitino.
That's fair
Get
enough.
everybody down to what? 2% body fat?
That's fair. Listen, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
So what did the text line say, Steve? Because the guards are cringing right now.
It's different muscles. Somebody said guard. Somebody said, let's see, it's like doing a max bench versus a lot of reps at low weight. Somebody said Maybin
It's a stellar example. That's well done.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one. Somebody said, Maybin, did you get your washer and dryer moved?
That thing's awesome.
That was somebody just sabotaging. I can install new ones and take your old set off your hands if you need.
You're only about a month and a half late.
I could have used you a couple weeks ago.
we really
could. 812. It's an 812.
I told you, man, them 812s.
Watch those 812s.
Okay. There was a subject I meant to get to. I think we still have enough time to kind of jump in it. We had Gunter Brewer on. You said you have 2 clips of Gunter Brewer. I have not looked at my phone. Which one out of the 2? Which one would bring the most interest to the show?
Speaking of this, let me say this really quick. It's funny you're going to football because did you notice I was a touch distracted during that docket?
I did.
Okay. I was deciding where I wanted to set for the Chick-fil-A kickoff game.
Fair enough.
Talk about multitasking.
I was just sitting there looking at the seating section. I was like, where do I want to sit? Oh, back row is pretty good because I can stand up. I was just like, yeah, Biggs. And look, and this is what was happening over here. We're going, Biggs, yeah, Biggs are better. And then,
I need a gavel. I would have.
Do I want to? Do I think we'll beat Ole Miss? Do I think just kinda like,
Esquire, no seat hub in the courtroom.
Listen, you have that sliding scale of our chance to win versus how close I need to be to the field. Like I'm not gonna spend all my money to get right down the field if we don't have a chance, because I don't want front row seats to get bludgeoned.
Yeah,
but if I think we really got a shot, then I want to be down there really, really close.
Yeah, it's like, do I do? So I was kind of like back and forth in there. Yeah,
fair enough. Okay, bring whichever one you thought would get the most content.
Gunnar Brewer.
All right. Well, I feel like they both kind of tie into one another, but I feel like this first one, they both involve NIL. And Gunnar Brewer talked about how
they only clipped up name, image, and likeness.
That's all I got from now. Look, I will say this: I could have easily done this myself. So I don't want to throw the intern under the bus, but this is what the intern
was it Charles? It was Charles.
It was Charles who cut this. But see, this is the thing.
He just lost all his credibility.
This is the thing. I feel like
he's getting poisoned. Yeah. He's getting poisoned.
I'm not going to say I'm a chef, but I've been around a kitchen in this analogy, and I was hungry. I could have easily whipped myself up something that was better. And I went to the young sous chef. I was like, make me something delicious. And he came in with a grilled cheese.
No,
and I like grilled cheese, but yeah, this is on me. I had to do.
This is how it starts, Steve. This is how it starts, Nikki.
Yeah.
I bet he talked about how good the wide receivers are looking. Listen, the biggest concern, are they going to be able to replace this guy? Are they going to, do they have some speed? Do they have this guy? I talked to Randy Moss yesterday and we were talking about this. I bet it was a ton of good sound, and they have tainted Charles already.
Charles. And look, and
we had Gunter Brewer
and ruined our last 5 minutes.
He was going to be the star of our last 5 minutes. We were going to use his sound sheet.
We set the whole show to dismount.
The culmination of the entire show was going to be people worried about. Listen, I even heard Drew and them this morning. The amount of offense we've lost, compared to most other teams. And what are we going to do about fixing that? And then you had Gunter Brewer, who is the head coach, will we say he has the biggest Rolodex on the team?
Sure.
The biggest,
I would think so.
The biggest name Rolodex on the team.
Yeah.
I mean, his resume is impeccable. You mean to tell me out of all of the Drew Diener interview and Gunter Brewer, all we got is two?
What I'm trying to think of the movie this is off of. Look, I'm pissed off. So I'll tell you what it is.
Wait.
Why can I think of the movie? I know I'm ruining this because it would be funnier if I just said it.
If you just knew it.
If I just knew it. But he's like, no, I'll tell you what I am. I'm pissed off.
Okay. Now I just got to screw it up. Steve, what position is the easiest plug and play between running back and wide receiver?
Wide receiver.
Oh, so yeah.
Are you happy, Nick?
Yeah. So
are you happy?
Why? Yeah. So
wide receiver, because it's just athletes. It's a little more. You're not really getting worried about the tackle, because at wide receiver you can make the catch, and most of the time that is enough.
Right.
And
so
if you can break a tackle.
So if your so everybody, if your biggest worry was replacing a wide receiver, Steve thinks like that's kind of one of the easier positions,
one of the easier spots.
Especially when you have a team full of having two. You've been known to have too many wide receivers for the last 5 years.
We have speed.
Why do you have so many wide receivers?
Jordan Watkins.
We have Marshall.
Braden Smith, Shea Wertz.
Huggins
Bruce is going to be a guy.
The other fast kid, Harrell. Yeah,
Harrell and Huggins Bruce, I think, are going to be really quick.
Yeah,
but I think you can plug and play there, and it's just by sheer number. Running back's a little bit tougher
because they have to react to the stretch zone a little bit different. They have to read the hole and go downhill the same way. Sorry, we didn't get all of Gunnar Brewer's comments to kind of back up what we were talking about. Yeah. No. We saw it coming. We saw this coming a long time. And the fact that he's getting ready to leave pretty soon, this is how long it took for him. For him to show his true colors.
So here we are.
It was a good run.
Yeah, and I don't really know now. Now it's 11:55, and I don't know what to do because we had this set out to 11:57, and now